Modern lifting has become a circus. Everyone in the gym is trying to invent the magical next exercise. One arm cable this, twisting isolation that, standing on one foot doing curls. What are we doing? People are doing like 25 exercises and still look exactly the same. Meanwhile, those guys that build insane physiques, what they do, they focus on the basics. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about where real gains comes from, because somewhere along the way fitness became just overcomplicated. Everyone is trying to confuse their muscles, eat every angle possible, isolate every tiny detail, thinking somehow more complexity equal more gains. It doesn't. Most of the physique that you admired were used by a few brutal compound movements done constantly hard. This is exactly what's wrong with modern lifting. People are just trying to be too clever, too complicated, too excessive. Instead of focusing on what actually builds muscle, they focus on the gimmicks. And let me make this very clear. Most of your gains, like 90% of your gains, comes from very few exercise. No 50, no 20, honestly probably like 5 or 6. When you look at legends of the past like Mike Mentzer, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Roddy Coleman, Jay Cutler, and even some modern ones like C-Bum, one thing they have all in common: their physiques were almost exclusively built on compound movements, the bread and butter of exercises, the OG movements. They didn't try to reinvent anything. They mastered what was already working. I'm talking about overhead press, rows, squats, chest press, even deadlifting, even though on that one I'm a little bit controversial about it. These 5 will be more than enough to be like great physiques without doing any isolation movement. Let me show you what I mean. Let's start with overhead press. This movement is one of the best upper body exercise ever created. Why? Because it forces multiple muscles to work together at the same time. You're not just training shoulders, you're actually also activating triceps, upper chest, traps, core, and stabilizers. This is a real functional strength training exercise. And since the body is working together as a unit, it means more tension, more stimulus, and more growth. That's what builds thick delts and a powerful overall upper size. Non endless side raises with a pink dumbbell. Next, I will definitely like to talk about deadlifting. But I think sometimes deadlifting is not the best exercise for everybody, especially for the type of risks that you encounter when you lift, especially if you don't lift properly. So as an alternative for people that don't want to do deadlifting, I suggest leg press will do a lot of work. People underestimate this exercise. It's a big mistake. The leg press allows you to destroy the lower body while using heavy load. You're hitting quads, glutes, hamstring, and abductors. And because the machine itself stabilizes the movement, you can focus purely on output and intensity. That means more reps, more failure training, and more mechanical tension, which obviously is equal more muscle growth. Most people stop too early on the leg press because it burns like a motherfucker. And the burn is exactly why it works. Next on the roster, we have rows. Rows is another movement that modern lifters are trying to replace with all these weird one-arm circus exercises. But like why? I just don't understand it. Rows already do the job. Rows build already thickness, density, posture, traps, red delts, lats, mid-back. Basically your entire freaking back. And here is what people just don't understand. A big back is built with repeated heavy movements bring to failure, not to fancy angles. Rows allows you to progress in overload better than most isolation exercises. And progression overload is a muscle growth. Now let's talk about chest press, machine press of all kind, and dumbbell press. These are for me the elite movements to build a big chest because they create stability, tension, a deep stretch, and a strong concentration. Unlikely the barbell bench press, because you don't need insane technical skills to feel your chest working, something that the barbell bench press requires. With the other ones, you can focus directly, pushing, squeezing, and control, which means better chest activation and way safer on the joints. That's why chest press variation creates an insane chest development. And now let's talk about the king, squats. Love it or hate it, but squats builds mass. Period. Squats requires your body to recruit everything. Quad, glutes, hamstring, core, lower back. This is one of the most anabolic exercises you can possibly do because the body gets under a massive tension, and tension is what stimulates growth. Not little gimmicks exercise, the basics. So at this point, you're probably asking yourself, why do compound movement work so much better? It's actually very simple. They allowed maximum overload, more weight, more muscle working together, and more total tension. And of course, muscle are driven mostly by tension, effort, and of course progressive overload, and not by trying to isolate every tiny fiber for 47 different exercise of angles. Now listen, isolated exercises are not completely useless. They can help. That is exactly what I was talking earlier, the mistake that most modern lifters make. I see people constantly build the entire workout around cable tricked, weird angles, fancy variation, instead of focusing just on the exercise that build their muscles. Thinking about it like this: if you're building a house, would you build it on a weak, shaky ground? No, you will build the foundation first, and then you will do the rest of the house. Same thing with your body. Compound movements are the foundation. So let's keep it very simple. Overhead press, leg press or deadlifting, rows, chest press, and squat. Master these first, push them hard, and progress with them over time, and you will build guaranteed most muscles that all the other people that are wasting times and with very weird variation and the stupid gimmicks. Guaranteed 100%. This is all I got for you for today, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Which compound movement give you the best result in gains? Or if you think you disagree with me and you think there is other movements that are much better, let me know. Remember, stop chasing fancy. Start mastering what actually works. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Ciao belli!